All right, so today we are talking about third spaces. And for those who don't know, a third space is basically a place that people go to that isn't their workplace or their home. And it's basically these places that just have community. It's usually like, one common hobby or activity that's, bringing people together consistently. And, for a lot of people, that can be different things. It can be a sports thing. It can be like a religious one where, like, say you're meeting at a church or, it's like some temple or something, whatever whatever religion you're in or whatever. I'm going to let this thing run in the background. I just have some B-roll. I was just trying to think of some B-roll to play in the background, so I'm just going to let this play. But when it comes to third spaces and card shows, I honestly am like really confident to say that card shows are basically just becoming, they already have been third spaces for a lot of people, and I think that's really cool. So and one thing you guys probably don't know about me is like I come from like almost like a decade and a half of playing competitive Smash Melee. Which is the one on the GameCube, by the way, not Brawl. And one thing about that space is that it too also has characteristics of it being a third space for a lot of people. The only thing with Smash is that it's not exactly the same consistency, because sometimes that space can be varying. And it can really depend on like what your local scene is like, right? And so the venues can vary. Sometimes when it comes to like, hosting Smash locals and stuff, it can be like, it can be at a bar, it could be at a like university hall, or it could be like a game shop or like a card shop or something. For the most part, like, it's fairly consistent, but the thing is, like, it doesn't quite have the same consistency as other spaces, even though it's definitely there. Say like say you're hosting your weekly Smash meetup at like some university hall or something, right? Well, the thing is that they have to shut down during like winter breaks or spring breaks or something like that. Summer breaks, another thing. If you're at a bar, it could be some kind of seasonal thing. But basically, like, when I think about third spaces, I think about the consistency, and I think about like something where people can meet up regardless of the time of the year, like rain or shine. Doesn't matter if you're on breaks or not or whatever, but people can still go there. And they know that it's a reliable place, And I think that card shows they have been doing that. I think card shows have been doing that consistently. And obviously, like, with card shows, like, it obviously still matters, whatever your local scene is like. I would imagine that, if you don't live like in a major metropolitan city or some kind of really developed city, that it could be a little bit more infrequent. For most major cities, I get the impression that there's probably card shows like every weekend, and the venues might change a little bit. Like, I live in Washington, so these ones alternate between two places every week. So but still, like, the consistency is there. It's kind of like it's the same people, slightly different place, So, and I just think like, these kind of third spaces are like really important for community building, and it's important to have in people's lives. I really feel like that. And it's just, I think third spaces it's good for meeting people. I think it's good for just overall community development. It's good to just like cultivate yourself in different ways. We're more than just machines that just go to work and then come back home and repeat that cycle over and over. And it's like, no wonder people feel a certain way. It's just it's very robotic sometimes. So I think having a third space, just in general, just even for your overall health kind of thing, is like, I think, really, really important. And I think card shows have been doing that for a long time now. even though I'm relatively new to the space, I can already tell. I've been to like three. Now I've only been to like three card shows, and I can already tell, like, yeah, like this is a established community where you have familiar faces, slightly different venues, but overall kind of the same people, you know. So I'm all for it, man. I think it's really cool. I think it's really important. So yeah, card shows are honestly just a lot more than just buying and selling cardboard, even though it's, you know, what it looks like on the surface. I think some of the more invisible integral glue that binds everything together is that kind of community aspect of everything. So yeah, man, that's pretty much the video. I just wanted to talk about that. But yeah, I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.